So we didn't go to HomebrewCon, but evidently there's a big to-do about White Lab's new packaging. Their Pure Pitch Next Generation. So Tim down at Fermentaions, one of our local homebrew stores, offered to give me a package of their WLP 001 in the new packaging in return for honest feedback about what I thought on the new packaging and how it performed, etc. So this is it.
Yeah. No, this is the feedback. So is it new packaging or is it a new?
Yeah, brand new packaging. So, you're probably used to the old, the sleeves. Yeah, and you got to cut the end off. Yeah. So this is what they're going to. It's twice the yeast in it.
Okay.
And it costs roughly half as much again. So instead of being, the original sleeve is like $10.95, this is twice the yeast for $15.95.
Yeah, so 50% more for 100% more yeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they also keep mentioning that if you use 1 pouch per 5 gallons, it's a 7.5 million cells per milliliter ratio, which is what's considered a professional pitch level.
Okay. Now that's for a standard gravity, lower gravity ale.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing a lager or a big beer or something like that, you still want to do a starter and then whole.
Well, so you can in fact do that, and they have a little guidance on here, and it says that if the beer is, if the beer is below 1074, so 1.074 or 18 Plato, then you can get away with 1 packet, or if the beer is below 62 degrees. I'm sorry, above 62 degrees.
I was like, wait, what?
So if it's below 62 or above that gravity level, you should use 2.
Okay.
And if it's above the gravity level and below the temperature, you should use 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you got a really big lager, they want you to use 3 of these packs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which, I mean, the pitches for lagers are always really, really big.
They're supposed to be, that's how you get a clean fermentation. So, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So, how did we test it? So, what I did is we had a Learn to Homebrew Day here in Colorado Springs on November 5th, hosted by the ever-welcoming Red Swing Brewhouse. Good time.
Yep.
And what I did is I brewed up what I'm calling an Imperial Blonde. So I'm not going to lie, I was inspired by a local brewery, Jack's. They have Mr. Mitchell, which is an Imperial Blonde, and I'm a big fan of that beer. That's a great beer.
You're saying to be a big fan of that. That's a very good beer.
So what I did for this recipe is I took 12 pounds, 12.8 ounces of pale ale malt, 13.4 ounces of Crystal 20. It got 2 1/4 ounces of Cascade at 60 minutes, 1 ounce of Cascade at 15 minutes, and 1 ounce of Cascade in the no-chill container, because of course I no-chilled. And we're gonna have, once the beer's done, I'm gonna, I'll package it up and we'll do a review of it as well.
But, I'm looking forward to that. That sounds good. Yeah.
So it came out to 1070, and I got about 5 3/4 gallons of it. And I gotta say, it's wintertime or getting wintertime here in Colorado. And I no-chilled, so I put the no-chill container in my garage, and it got pretty cold.
Yeah.
So when I pitched it, it was about, I think, 57 degrees. Yeah, it was 57 degrees, and there wasn't a lot of activity. I put a heat wrap on it and got it up to 68. And as soon as it hit 68, I've got a nice little graph here too. But as soon as it hit 68 degrees, it took off. I've never seen straight from the pouch pitch get going that fast. Wow. And it took off and it just kept plowing along, and I am 0.002 away from my terminal gravity at 6 days or 7 days
for Imperial. That's impressive.
Yeah, and here's the finishing gravity as well. So I gotta say I was really impressed with it. So I'm not a fan of the sleeves, because I always, when I cut it open, I always get stuff on my hands. Yeah. And then 2 is it's folded weird, so you kind of got to open it up to get it to come out.
Yeah.
And I usually jam it in the top of the beaker so that it has time to fall out.
Yeah.
And it's stiff plastic, and it's okay, but it's this is superior to me. So it's just got a little twist off top. You're supposed to shake it up really good, sanitize it, and then take the top off and pitch. We got a little video here. You can see how easy it comes out after you shake it out. One thing that they don't mention in their features that I found super useful is if you hold it up to the light, you can see right through it. So you'll see if there's any little globs of yeast in there. And then when you do, you can just kind of, run your fingers along it to get it to come out.
Yeah, that's usually what I wind up doing with the current ones. Like I'm, squirting ketchup out of the
yeah, exactly.
It's such a pain.
Yeah,
but I mean, for not having to do a starter, not that starters are that have a process down. They seem to be working pretty good, but just being able to open it up and pitch and just you're done.
Well,
that's
I know that's one of my
awesome.
biggest favorite things about starters is you pitch the yeast and it takes off.
Yeah.
It starts fermenting right away. And I mean, that's what I saw with this. Now, granted, this package, the best before date is February 4th of 23. So I'm pretty sure, it's a really fresh package. Maybe if I got older ones, it'd have more of a lag time. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's to be expected.
So what was the date on that?
February 4th of 23.
Oh, that was the
best before date. So use it before February 4th of 2023.
Oh, 23. I heard 20. You said 23 and I heard
okay.
22.
That's okay.
I was like, that's like really old. But
yeah, that's okay. Do you remember the episode with the no-chill where I kept mixing it up? It's late at night. We're not the sharpest all the time.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm not sharp in the morning.
But so it's got a much higher cell count, as I mentioned. If you're doing a high gravity beer, it's more economical too because you don't have to get 2-3 vials of yeast to pitch in there.
Yeah, if you're going to pitch straight away.
Yeah, because like I said, I did 1070 and it was fine with 1 pouch. You can see through the packaging. And since it's the cap, if you needed to, you could just pour a little wort in there and close it up and shake it up, get it out there. With the envelope, once you cut the top off, the top's off now.
Yep.
So the only con that I have with this, and I'll be honest, it's not much of a con to me, is like I said, it's about half more expensive, so 150% the price for 200% the yeast. So $15.99 instead of $10.99.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem with it.
No, I don't know. I kind of, it bothers me the cost of yeast, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well,
not horrible.
they may come down once they've nailed the packaging.
They might. Yeah. So, do you know? They're switching everything over to these?
Yeah, that's correct. That's my understanding, at least. Right now, WLP 001 California Ale Yeast is the only one you can get in this format.
Okay.
But everything's going to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
they stand up nice too. Maybe not, but.
Well, it might be easier to put in your fridge. Stand them all up. Interesting. Yeah, I thought I had another question. I can't think of it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that. If I don't have to do a starter, because I don't know how many times lately, on brew day, whatever, I'm like, I forgot to do the starter. That's right on the cusp there. I was like, I should probably do a starter for this one, and I forget.
Yeah.
For that, I wouldn't really have to worry, because I don't typically brew beers that big.
Yeah, yeah. Well, full disclosure, I'll probably do starters anyway, just because I like saving off a little of the yeast and, growing that in another starter and getting more uses out of the yeast.
Yeah.
But like I said, I like to see it take off, so maybe that'll change if all of it takes off like that.
Yeah.
Because the regular pitches, I'll pitch that in there, and it's, 24 hours before it even starts moving?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
So if you've used it and you got some feedback for us, let us know.
Yeah. If you know anything more about it. Maybe
absolutely.
a White Lab employee watching. Let us know, man. I'm curious. This is kind of exciting.
So if one thing that I ran across is, and I'll include a link for it in the show notes, is White Labs has all of these yeast from their vaults that they don't sell normally. You can get on a waiting list, and when they get enough people, they'll produce it. But they've actually got a annual release schedule of some really interesting yeast. I was talking to Jesse. There's one, it's the German X Lager, and it's supposed to be good for Helleses and Bocks and Doppelbock, or Helles Bock, all of those. And it has an alcohol tolerance of, I think, 12%. So, I'd like to get my hands on that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I told Mike I could have sworn I saw it locally.
Yeah.
Because I was interested in trying it too, and then I decided to go with like the 830 or something.
Yeah. Well, Jesse said he thought he saw it at Fermentations.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look again.
Yeah, might be gone by now, but who knows?
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of the Flanders Red for a long time now.
Yeah, that would be one to Oh.
I got like a Yorkshire Square yeast and I mean just all sorts of interesting. Like, another Pilsner yeast? Yes, another English ale yeast.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
try it out.
I bet that one tastes like fruit.
So yeah, I know we're dorks, but yeah, let us know. Big thanks to Fermentaions out here in Colorado Springs on North Academy for giving us the packet of Pure Pitch.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah. Yep. So, anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you made it this far, why don't you go click like, subscribe, alert, or if you want to buy us a coffee or something, or get some Colorado Brew Talk T-shirts, we got links all over the place. So, until next time, cheers.
Thanks for watching our video. Check out our website at coloradobrewtalk.com for more great content.
While you're there, be sure to leave us a comment or drop us a line with your thoughts.
You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at CO Brew Talk, or follow the links below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content.
Or episodes, as the case may be.